I wanted to share a little bit about the why behind Lion of Fire. So, I got the idea for the book back in 2008, 2009. So, yes, it has been a long time. I had a dream about Riley and Emma, and in the dream, Riley was a wizard, Emma was a human. They meet by chance, and because they come from two completely different worlds and humans don't even know wizards exist, there is an innate conflict there. And so I saw them as a budding, friendship, relationship, and yet there's so much conflict there, kind of like if you think about Romeo and Juliet or West Side Story, something like that. So once I had that idea in the dream, from there I started brainstorming, kind of trying to, figure out where I wanted the story to go. And I did come up with the series and the idea for 3 books and all of that. But at the heart of the story is the theme of coming of age. And coming of age is definitely a popular theme, but it doesn't just apply to people who are teenagers, college, which this is a college age setting in the book. It really applies to all of us because I think all of us at any time in our life feel like we don't know what we're doing. We feel lost. We feel like we don't know what we're supposed to do with ourselves. What am I on this earth to do? And that was how I was feeling at the time. So I instinctively, whether I even realized it or not, I'm not sure, put that theme into the book. And that is the character journey that Riley goes on. He feels like he's going to amount to nothing. And he is a college senior. So he's going to be graduating in a year. And he's like, what am I going to do with myself? I'm just going to graduate. I have a business degree. Okay, I'll just be an adult in the real world. What does that even mean? And of course, the catalyst happens in the book where he has a vision of someone trying to destroy all of humankind. And somehow the burden gets laid on his shoulders to figure out who's behind it. So somehow he has destiny thrust upon him. And at first, he's a little resistant, but eventually he figures out that he can handle this. And you know what? Maybe I am meant for more. And throughout the book, you'll notice that people keep trying to put him in a box. They keep trying to define him and his role in the story. And he keeps pushing back and he gets frustrated. And what Riley realizes is that, you can't let other people define you. But that's definitely a big theme in the book that I wanted to share is we often feel like we're meant for more, but we can't figure out what that is. So embracing the fact that you are meant for more and spending time reflecting to figure out what that is, what you're passionate about, what your values are. And once you know what that is, once you know what that kind of North Star is for you, what your deeper why is, to pursue that wholeheartedly and not let other people define you. So to step into your confidence with that, take ownership of what that is, and don't let other people define you, but for you to go on your own path of self-discovery. That is the journey that I have been on over the past several years. And I think sometimes as writers, we write things into books, we weave themes in, and it isn't until we're reading the book later to edit and all that stuff that we realize that we did that. So I definitely feel like that's the case with Lion of Fire. And I think even more so because it has been such a long time. I had the idea back in the 2008 timeframe, and then I completed the first full draft of the novel back in 2013. Obviously, it is 2023 now, so that has been 10 years since the book has kind of been sitting there doing nothing with itself. And I had to kind of go on my own journey of self-discovery, of figuring out what my purpose is and gaining confidence that I have the ability to do it and to achieve it, and then taking ownership of that and not letting anyone else, to try to define me and try to tell me you got to go this way or that. And so I and Riley kind of went on the same journey. And so my hope is that for people that read the book, of course, it's a wonderful book with magic and portal hopping and mythological creatures and all of that, fun stuff that goes along with fantasy. But I hope that you also see the theme of coming into your own destiny, owning that, figuring that out for yourself, and not letting other people define you. The other side of that is, I think there's a theme of friendship in the book that's really strong. And often we try to do things on our own. And I think, Riley goes through that in the book too. Sometimes he tries to do things on his own. But it's always really important to remember that success does not happen in a vacuum. We really do need the support of others. We're never going to get where we want to go without the support of others along the way. And I always think about, when I think about that, I think about the analogy of someone climbing Mount Everest, or any other, mountain that you can think of. No one ever does that by themselves. There's Sherpas that help them, that guide them along the way. So we need people around us to support us and to help guide us along the way. That can be friends, family members, life partners that really do support you and understand your dreams and your why. That can also be a coach, professional relationship with a coach. I've had that for a few years. It's been amazing. But it can also even be listening to podcasts or reading books and things that you're learning from. So it's really important to remember that you're not going to do this alone. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people that are going to support you and help you along your path of going on your mission in life, and whatever that why is for you, whatever is most important to you. It does not have to be grand. Does not have to be grand. If it is grand, that's okay too. So don't be scared of that either. So whatever it is, just remember to take steps in that direction. It's about progress, not perfection. And that is what I have learned over the years, especially with having had the book completed and it just kind of sat on the shelf and I did nothing with it. In 2013, I did try to query literary agents, trying to get that traditional book deal, and I didn't have any success, and I got really frustrated. And I had gotten to real estate at that time, so I just kind of let life take over and didn't touch it again. So in 2020, which I think a lot of people kind of went through that when COVID hit, and we're all just like, oh, what are we supposed to do now? It makes you start thinking about life in different ways. So I started thinking about the book, and I realized that it was time for me to pick that back up, dust it off, and reignite my passion for it, because I knew it was something important. And I'm so glad that I did, because I still pinch myself and I cannot believe that I'm sitting here with the published book. It's crazy. And yes, I am actively working on book 2, so hang in there. But yeah, it's, life is a crazy journey, and I think that it's important to remember that it is a journey. So it's enjoying the process along the way and celebrating little wins and all of that, so that you don't get caught up in just getting to the destination. So easy to do. I mean, I've caught myself doing that with like setting goals for how many books I want to sell and all that, which is all wonderful, but you gotta remember to enjoy the journey along the way, because it's so special, right? I mean, there's so many things in life that if you really just set and thought about where you are and what you're doing, you're like, oh, this is so special. This is a special season in my life. So we want to make sure that we're embracing that time and not taking it for granted. But yeah, so back to the theme for the book, I think it's just really important to remember that, there's going to be times in life where we feel lost and we feel like we don't know what to do with ourselves. But everyone has a purpose. That's what I believe. Everyone was put on this planet for a reason. And, I feel like God has given each of us a purpose. That's what I feel like with this book, sharing my story. I'm so grateful to be able to do this now. And, if we need to take time to sit and reflect on that and, embrace that and not put our self-imposed limiting beliefs, because that is what I certainly did. We often run out of fear away from these things, and it's because we have that fear of success, fear of failure, fear of judgment of others. That is certainly what I experienced with this book, and I think that's definitely played a big role in why in 2013 I stopped at that point after not having success with querying literary agents and all that. I just got all wrapped up in the fear of what would happen. What would happen if this was successful? What if I couldn't handle it? And I think that ultimately comes back to like not feeling worthy and not feeling enough. And Riley definitely has those feelings as well. And you see him try to work through those on his journey. And I think it's just really important to sit down and try to work through those self-imposed, limiting beliefs and obstacles that we put in our own paths. Because we all do it. But once you learn how to just chip away at those, oh man, on the other side of that is all of those dreams and things that you know that you are called to do. But that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm working on every day, is trying to, let that fear voice subside and try to live in the confidence to keep going forward and pursuing my purpose, which for me, it is about sharing my story so that I can inspire others to be brave and become the heroes of their own stories. So I hope that this does inspire you. And I hope that if you read the book, or if you've already read it and you read it again, you can see the character journey that Riley goes on and see how it mirrors what we often go through in our own lives. And just to remind you to keep going, keep putting one foot in front of the other, have confidence in yourself. You are enough. You are worthy. You are meant for more. So standing in that purpose and owning that, and not letting other people define you, but you going on that journey and you figuring out, because you can do it. I hope that you are enjoying Line of Fire. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do. I would absolutely love it, and I would love to hear your feedback. It is available anywhere online, and I'm actively working on getting it into independent bookstores. It is currently in a few in the Tampa Bay area and in Central Florida area, Orlando area, and Sarasota. But yes, please, I would absolutely love it if you gave it a chance and let me know what you think. All right, I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.